On this all-new episode of Nightlife, we take a look back at the Golden Knights Father's Trip as the dads propelled the VGK to another 2 wins away from the Valley.
Tip score! It's Carlson! Korczak fed it to the net, and William Carlson tips home the go-ahead goal!
From heading out on the water in search of whales,
Nice shot of a nice spot of a common dolphin to get started here.
Getting together with all the dads and getting to know each other a little more makes it feel like a family. You know, you get stories and talk about things that you don't know about them and they don't know about you, and it's pretty cool.
to hitting the luge at the Olympic Village.
There, I got the back cover, boys.
Okay, guys.
Go.
We got too much.
I got the back. It's not moving one bit.
This was a dad's trip for the books.
I think that whoever drives this thing is nuts. That's what I think.
This week's episode of Nightlife starts right now.
Welcome into a new and very special episode of Nightlife, where we take you behind the scenes of the annual Father's Trip, where the Golden Knights brought along their dads, father-in-laws, uncles, and give them the complete NHL experience with plenty of fun sprinkled in between. And when the VGK came to take on the Anaheim Ducks, the dads went whale watching. Let's check it out.
Looking for something to feed on.
Oh man, there's a lot of them. Holy cow.
If you notice, these guys have a single blowhole right on top of their head. If you're in the front of the boat, go right to the railing, look straight down the water. They love to surf underneath the bow of the boat. That little pressure wave the boat creates, they'll surf underneath the bow along each side wave. Nice shot of a nice spot of a common dolphin to get started here.
Well, Sheldon, these views are a little bit different than Manitoba, huh?
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, very nice here. Extremely nice.
What is your favorite part of this event every year?
You know what? Just getting together with all the dads and getting to know each other a little more makes it feel like a family. You know, you get stories and talk about things that you don't know about them and they don't know about you, and it's pretty cool.
At what point in his youth career did you realize that he really had a shot?
You know, early on, he was a very smart hockey player, good hockey sense, and just kind of grew and grew. So when I first knew, I don't know, maybe when he was in, went to WHL, you kind of figured that he was on the right path. So probably wrote that.
It's like to have a younger brother and to see the way he looks up to his older brother, because I know how much Brett always looked up to Quentin.
Yeah, he sure did. And because of Quentin, Quentin didn't start hockey till six years old. Brett, couldn't keep him off skates, and his little boy Charlie's kind of the same thing. You can see it already standing in his little skates, but Brett watched his older brother and just idolized what he did, and so at 4 years old he was already playing hockey because he wouldn't stay off the ice. So yeah. You
mentioned Charlie. What's it like to watch your kids become parents?
It's really cool. It's the best part of being a grandparent. It really is, and to see all the stuff that we kind of went through with your kids when they were growing up, and now they're dealing with their kids. I think they understand a little more what it was like, but it's fantastic.
Heck of a start to the season for him. I'm curious, what you've seen and how would you describe what it's been like watching him to start this year?
Yeah, he's really started off well. He's playing with confidence, and he just has to do his part, and the others will do theirs. And it's like that. I mean, the whole team, Vegas team, is very, very strong. So it doesn't matter what line you play on, but I think just mostly what's been his biggest thing is his confidence.
Any predictions for the rest of the trip?
No, just every day is just kind of gets better as we go along here. So on a whale watching trip right now, it's cool, and the whole organization is just amazing. From Bill Foley to the whole works, the staff, you guys, just make this trip so fun. So just looking forward to what's coming next.
Sheldon, good luck watching Brett in the games. Have fun.
Thanks so much.
Time for our first break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, It was time for puck drop against the Ducks.
Dorofeev in front, save, rebound, score! Pavel Dorofeev tucks in his own rebound. His team leading ninth.
Keep it locked. Nightlife on Scripps Sports will be right back. Welcome back to Nightlife. It was quite the eventful day in Anaheim as the Golden Knights prepared for a matchup with the Ducks.
I think now for my dad, obviously haven't done it in a few years, and I think he just really looks forward to seeing those guys and getting the opportunity to catch up. And it feels like the dads have a tight group now too, with their little inside jokes and stories to tell like dads do. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of laughs, and I think that they really enjoy it, and I know we really enjoy it and look forward to this every year.
Not just having my dad around. I mean, he's done everything for me to get to this point. So having the chance to just be with him is just awesome. For him, I think just being with a bunch of other dads, hanging out with them,
and more than anything, it's just great quality time. It's funny, you see some of the dads and bit of resemblance, and whether it be looks or personality.
Is there anyone who you feel is just spitting image?
Nabber and his dad look a little alike. Petro and his dad have similar mannerisms as you would. I think I'd probably nominate myself in there with some of the personality traits that my dad has. What is the most
Bob thing you do?
It's a great question. I don't know. Somebody else have to answer. Just call my mom or my sister. He does a lot of stuff I do, and vice versa. Actually, I should say I do a lot of stuff he does, obviously. Because where did I learn it from?
The Golden Knights and the Ducks here in Anaheim as they meet for the second time this year. And of course, for the VGK, the dads are along for the ride tonight. It's Pietrangelo behind his own net, sealed off by Leeson. Leeson takes behind the Vegas cage, trying to move it to Minchikov, and a save, rebound, score!
As the Ducks grab the 1-0 lead.
1 minute to go in the first period. And out high, here's Theodore. Cuts across. Theodore driving in deep, centered it, score! Nick Waugh on the doorstep, set up by Shea Theodore, and a big goal late in the first to tie the game.
A great feed from Theodore as Nick Waugh finds the back of the net. Waugh has his 5th of the season, and Dad's happy. And Nick Sr., Nick Jr.
Well, Nick, you tie it up late for your team. How did that play develop?
Cole even made a really nice job in the neutral zone, driving it deep and then finding the next man in. Schwinny made a nice play to Theo, and obviously a really, really nice play by him. So, just a good play all around.
So the Golden Knights on the man advantage for the second time. Dorofeev lets it rip, save, Dostal. He stopped Hurdle on the rebound. Now Dorofeev works it off for Theodore, and around the horn, Eichel a wrist shot on save, Dostal, rebound, score! Tomas Hurdle buries it. A power play goal to give the Golden Knights the lead.
Now reason to celebrate. Bob Eichel had the jersey on, a shot by Eichel, and Hurdle off the rebound. But this is what you love about this power play, why it's working, as Hurdle puts it in.
And he gives Vegas the lead for the first time tonight. Now Hutton getting it down low, Dorofeev tied up by Minchikov. Barbashev bearing down on Dumoulin.
This is where the Golden Knights play the game.
Dorofeev in front, save, rebound, score! Pavel Dorofeev tucks in his own rebound. His team leading ninth. Puts the Golden Knights up by 2.
Great forecheck. Barbashev just hunting the puck down right to Dorofeev, and he gets his own rebound. Dorofeev stays with it, his 9th of the season.
Squirt free to Strome. Strome trying to center it out of the reach of Toronto, and that's it. And the Golden Knights win it 3-2 in Anaheim. And they continue to be dynamite with the dads on board.
Well, Cam, first I want you to break it down for us. What did you see on Shea's play that led to the first goal?
Well, yeah, as usual, he keeps the play going and fired it in, and yeah.
Man of the people over here.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
What did you like most about his game tonight?
Probably his will to win. I mean, it's Anaheim. He's always got a knife to stick in them when he can. I saw that on the second goal especially, because he drove that thing in hard and fired it to Waugh, and I probably could have tapped that one off.
We should
give that a shot next time. We need to talk to Bruce.
Yeah, no.
We need to talk to Bruce to put Cam in next time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it was a good play by him, and he plays hard against Anaheim every time.
You've never missed a game on the VGK Dad's Trip, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so now the record's 10-0-1. We like to give credit to all the Dags. I don't know, you and Kim McNabb might be the magic, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. Nabber and I were a pair.
I like it. Take all the credit, Cam. You deserve it. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you very much.
Guys.
Big for Cam on. Way to go.
What do you think he enjoys most about these trips?
I'd like to say, spending time with me, but, probably getting together with all the guys and, seems to have some good fun with Kim McNabb and, a lot of the guys that have been around, and it's just good to have them on the trip.
He actually said that him and Nabber make a great pair. Is that just like father, like son?
I think so. I think at this point, I guess it's the way it's meant to be, and I guess you got to enjoy it while you can.
Time for another break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, the dads hit the slopes in Utah.
Okay, I figured out where the brakes are. Somebody want to give me a push? I'll make it to the next venue. Come on, Kim. You gonna let me go alone?
We head to the Olympic Village next, right here on Nightlife.
Welcome back to this episode of Nightlife, where the dads made the trip from the oceans to the mountains and found themselves here in Salt Lake City. And although this is the newest NHL town, hockey is no stranger to the area. In fact, the 2002 Winter Olympics were hosted here in Salt Lake City, and the 2034 Winter Olympics will be as well. So it only made sense to take the dads to Olympic Village.
We started construction of the facility here, the park in Park City, back in, I believe it was 93. And then we were awarded the Olympics in 97. Just in a couple of years, you're gonna see a lot of new projects taking place here. Every single one of those venues will also be used again in 2034.
So this is the tallest point on our track here. To the left of us is the bobsled and skeleton starting point. So they have a long straightaway because they require a running head start. Whereas to the right of us, if you look out the window right here, this is your luge starting point. So luge starts in a seated position right between those two blue poles. They rock back and forth between the poles, and then once they're ready to go, they'll push off and down they go. Their first corner is right in front of us right here, so that corner comes up a lot quicker for luge compared to bobsled and skeleton. Luge is arguably the most dangerous Winter Olympic sport. They go down feet first on your back. And so you're having to look down your body to see where you're actually going, and they go the fastest speeds on average out of all three of these sliding sports. These guys will probably go 85 to 87 miles an hour on average, on a little plastic sled weighing 45 pounds. There's no seat belts in a luge sled either. So the biggest danger with luge, and all of these sliding sports, but primarily with luge, is when you're going around these corners, if you have too much momentum and you go too high up on that corner, you can physically come flying out of the track. Bobsledding, generally speaking, it's singles and doubles for women and then doubles and four-person for men. The main danger with bobsledding is the G-force. In our public rides, anyone can come and ride a bobsled with a professional pilot, summer or winter. And we tell our guests that you can likely experience anywhere from 3 to 4 Gs. In the Olympic experience, if you were to start from the top of our track on ice in a 4-person sled, you can pull upwards of 8 Gs in that bobsled. If you're not familiar with G-force, is comparable to a fighter pilot jet. So these guys can only take a certain number of runs per day because that G-force is just destroying their body. Especially because other than the pilot, who clearly has to see in front of them, whoever's sitting behind the pilot, you're ducking down for aerodynamics. All that G-force goes straight to your lower back. Whereas in our public experience, we tell you guys just the opposite. We would tell you to sit upright. That way the G-force goes straight through your spine and down the bottom of the sled.
Okay, I figured out where the brakes are. Somebody want to give me a push? I'll make it to the next venue. Come on, Kim. You gonna let me go alone?
Are you guys looking at the steering system?
Yeah, the lever.
Yeah, so it's a pulley system.
Exactly.
This is a 4-person. Yep. So the pilot normally has their chest right up against this, and then you have the 3 other brakemen sitting behind them.
There, I got the back cover, boys.
Okay, guys.
Go,
we got too much.
I got the back. It's not moving one bit.
Now, you guys are sitting in there. Imagine running and pushing and having to jump into it.
So does the driver have a cushion here?
Nope. There's no
Are you
cushions.
kidding?
You're pretty much sitting in a sled like an actual athlete would. Now getting out is the hard part.
What did I think? I think that whoever drives this thing is nuts. That's what I think.
Time for our last break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, the VGK would look to close out the perfect road trip against the Utah Hockey Club.
Great Father's Trip. Thanks for coming. I think we got to make you guys stay.
Keep it locked. Nightlife will be right back. Welcome back to Nightlife. Having the dads on the trip clearly means the world to the players. So much so that they've yet to lose a game in regulation with the dads in attendance. We sat down with one of the regulars to talk about the trip as a whole.
Well, Joe, you are a dad's trip veteran at this point. Is there anything when it comes to the routine or the lifestyle that still surprises you?
There's really no surprise, but what I'm always amazed at is how the dads all get along and we all have a great time.
So how do you compare your son winning an Olympic gold medal to your son winning the Stanley Cup? Not once, but twice.
Wow, both fantastic. I don't think one takes away from the other. I think they're both special moments.
How do you think you would have felt? I think about like a little 7-year-old Alex Pietrangelo when you're helping him tie his skates if you knew that I'd be sitting here asking you, are you more proud of his gold medal or his 2 cups?
You know what, I've gotten asked that before and I still say one day I'll wake up and someone's gonna pinch me.
He's such a great leader. That's how we know him. He's of course the captain of another NHL franchise. He's a huge leader in this locker room. At what point in his career, youth, whatever it might have been, did you start to notice those leadership skills?
He was always that guy. What you see today is what he was when he was 5 years old, 6 years old. He was always that leader. Elementary school, high school, that was him. So for us, we don't see much of a change. That's just who he is. And fortunate, yes, but you know what? That's his character and, really proud of him for who he is.
The other thing that always stands out to us about him is he is so passionate about the game, so passionate about being a leader, but he knows that that is his job and his family comes first. Where does that come from?
I think that's just the way it should be. And I think he's just learned from us, family is always first, right? Doesn't matter what you do or who you are. I think if you don't have family, what do you really have?
What is it like to watch your sons become parents?
I see the joy in his eyes, and I think it's pretty special.
Any predictions for tonight? Any score predictions? Last game in his dad's trip.
Tonight, I think it's going to be a 4-2 game, and you know who's going to win.
You heard it here first, guys. Joe, thank you so much for doing this.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
With the dads ready to roll, the stage was set in Utah to close out another father's trip with a perfect record.
It's the only visit for the Golden Knights here to Salt Lake. Their first ever visit. It's a lot of Golden Knights fans in the building.
You have all the dads there. Everyone's a little bit hyped up. Kind of brings back to your minor hockey days. So you want to put a good showing on for your dads while they're up.
Set to drop the puck, and it is that wall line with Hertl and Kolesar starting.
Michael's going to bank it back to Pietrangelo, and he'll swing it up. Pulled in by Gunther. Down low, Macella to Cooley, and he scores! And a turnover by the Golden Knights cost them. Sergachev walks it out high, closing in now. Rashad score! Kirill Sergachev with goals in back-to-back games. This one on the power play to make it 2-0 Utah. Michael with some room. Dishing it off to Waugh. The return pass in deep for Eichel. Wheels it out high to Hanifin. Eichel with some space across. Waugh in the middle of Hertl. He scores! scores! Tomar's hurdle on the backhand on the power play, and just like that, Vegas is within one.
That's what the Golden Knights needed here, something to turn it, and the power play, as it's done so often this season, comes through.
And Kolasar looking to move it out. Held in by Sergachev. Schmaltz walks right in the middle and a save Hill. Rebound loose down low. Hill got a pad out of it. Keller. McNabb. Lead pass. Hurdle. And Cole stepped in to him. Claw's going to jump in on Cole. Wrestle him down to the ice.
And it's a clean hit by Cole while just answering.
Theodore to Eichel. Carlson down low, trying to feed it out in front, and Hurdle scores! His second of the game on the power play to tie it.
That's interesting. Nick Waugh's in the penalty box, so Carlson plays that as a left-hander, and he makes a great play. He takes this like he's going to the net, and then a little pop pass right to Hurdle.
Schwint gains the line that Aiden Hill by far their best player to keep giving them a chance. Tip score! It's Carlson! Borzak fell it to the net, and William Carlson tips home the go-ahead goal with 1:18 left. In essence, three centers out there for Vegas. Eichel, Carlson, and Hurdle. Loose puck went by Sergachev. Carlson has an open net, and he tucks it home. And it's 4 unanswered goals for Vegas. As the Golden Knights go to 2-0 against Utah this year, they sweep the Dad Strip, and they do it with a come-from-behind 4-2 win.
Good teams find a way to win, and that's what we did tonight. Great Father's Trip. Thanks for coming. I think we got to make you guys stay.
With the dads on the trip here, I think we're going to be following these guys around for the rest of the year because we are good luck. Over and out.
Well, that's a wrap, not only on one of the best weeks of the year, but also on this episode of Nightlife. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we can't wait to see you next week right here on Strip Sports.